What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and today I'm going to be predicting the outcome of Magomed Kurbanov versus Patrick Teixeira, and this is going to be a 12-rounder in the super-welterweight division, and this fight is going to be Saturday, December 11th, from the KRK Uralets in Ekaterinburg, Russia, and this fight is going to be broadcasted on DAZN. And to get both fighters' resumes, Magomed Kurbanov, fighting out of Russia, holds a record of 22 wins and no defeats with 13 wins coming by way of knockout. He's currently ranked number 4 by BoxRec in the super welterweight division. And to list some of his best victories, he has a unanimous decision win over Charles Manucci, a unanimous decision victory over Ismail Iliev, and he's coming off by far the best victory of his career, which got him this top 5 spot by BoxRec, which was a controversial unanimous decision win over Liam Smith. And personally, I did think that Smith won that fight, and I think he sort of got a gift decision because obviously he was in his hometown, home country, etc. But to get his opponent's resume, Patrick Teixeira, fighting out of Brazil, he holds a record of 31 wins, 2 defeats with 22 wins coming by way of knockout. He is currently ranked number 12 by BoxRec in the super welterweight division. He is also the former WBO super welterweight world champion, and not to list his 2 defeats, he has a knockout loss in one of his first fights in the United States, I believe so, which was to Curtis Stevens, and it was also on HBO, and he got knocked out in 2 rounds. He got starched in that fight, but he did get hit with a really, really nice shot. But now his other loss, I should say, wasn't a knockout. It was a unanimous decision defeat in February of 2021 against Brian Castano, and that's where he lost his world title. And not to list some of his best victories, he has a knockout win over Patrick Alote, a unanimous decision victory over Nathaniel Gallimore, and he has a unanimous decision win over Carlos Adames. And when he beat Adames, it was for the interim belt, but then obviously he was upgraded to that world title status. And in my opinion, this fight is going to go in favor of the undefeated Russian fighter, Magomed Kurbanov. I do think that although he should have lost that fight against Liam Smith, I think that he learned a lot, and his style here will work pretty well against the style of Teixeira, although I think it will be really, really close and competitive. But I think that Kurbanov should edge out a decent amount of rounds to which he could win this fight. And being that it is in Russia and being that the decision last time around wasn't so great, I think that the judges will obviously be more lenient in favor of Kurbanov. So therefore, I think that he gets a points win here. But it really depends. Is it split, majority, unanimous? I think it's going to be majority. But how I see this fight going down, I think that Kurbanov will be the one sort of on the outside a bit, sort of at mid-range with his sort of shoulder roll kind of style where he leans in, throws a shot. That is a very effective move, and he is a fighter that doesn't really carry a lot of power, but he's very accurate. He also has nice speed and good timing, and he's a good counterpuncher, and I think that he will land a lot of nice shots on Teixeira. But for Teixeira, I think he needs to come forward in this one. Although, we didn't really see him come forward in his last fight, I believe so, against Brian Castano. I believe that was his last fight. But, he was just really getting backed up and pressured that entire night. But here, he's really the one who has more power. He's the one who comes forward usually, and I think he will come forward here. Although he will get hit a decent amount of times with some nice counter shots from Kurbanov, he really needs to do a good job of cutting off the ring and trying to make sure when he knows and get into the flow of knowing how Kurbanov throws his combinations as the rounds go on. And I think that Teixeira could have a lot more success in the later to later mid rounds, somewhere around there. But early on, I think that Kurbanov could take a lot of the earlier, like from rounds 1 to round 6. I think that Kurbanov could be ahead, like 59, 55, 58, 56. Who knows? Maybe even 60 to 54. Anywhere from 4-2 to 6-0. But then as the rounds go on, Teixeira will start to gain some more momentum. But I still think that Kurbanov will win a majority of the rounds in total and win a couple of those later rounds and have enough to get a points decision. So, I think, as I mentioned before, Kurbanov will be the one on the outside of mid-range, jabbing, trying to land counters, whilst Teixeira will be the one coming forward, trying to cut off the ring, land body shots, land nice straights to the head, and trying to pressure Kurbanov. So with that being said, how are the judges going to score this bout? I think they're obviously, as I mentioned earlier, they're going to be in favor of the hometown fighter, Kurbanov. And Yeah, I think they're going to score this fight like 116, 112. I think one judge is going to have it a little bit wider than what most people have it, like 116, 112 for Kurbanov. One might have it 115 to 113 Kurbanov, and then one might have it a draw. I think this fight will be close enough where one will have it a draw, even though it is in Russia, but it will be a competitive fight, and I think it will be very, very close on the scorecards. So with that being said, I think that Magomed Kurbanov will get a majority decision victory here. So overall, I believe that Magomed Kurbanov will get his 23rd victory and move up in the ranks even more and get a second straight, excellent win in the super welterweight division and could possibly challenge for a world title next. And I think he's going to get a majority decision victory here. And once again, I think the judges are going to score this bout 116 to 112, 115 to 113, and 114 to 114. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.